Well, welcome back to DX Radio Shop. So I just want to do a short video clip here, hopefully be a short one, in response to Mr. Kevin here, who seems to want to continue throwing my name out there wherever he wants. And I like how he's always lying and putting words into people's mouths. I like how he's trying to really bash the living hell out of my shop. And I also like the fact that he's going to try to turn tables around, but in this video you're going to catch him contradict himself, not to mention all the stuttering that he does, because he knows he's lying and he's trying to coax himself and trying to figure out what to say, because he has to make it say so good, it's got to be so good so people can take and understand, not to think of him as the pathological liar, but the one he's talking about. So let's tune in here for a moment, and this is just a response video. And like I said, it's not going to be a very long one because I'm not going to waste my time on this joke. That's all he is. Everybody knows that Kevin Lithgow does not know what he's doing. People have watched enough of his videos. He only got like 43 videos, and they've seen enough of that to where he just does not have a clue. He's been asked several times by many people to please show your work, go live stream. Why won't you do that? And he won't. He refuses to. In fact, I actually have an email here from a person who stated and gave me all the information and said, oh yeah, I asked this guy to do this for me. He says no, he doesn't want to because he doesn't feel the need to go live stream because he doesn't want to be responsible if something ever goes wrong. Wow. Okay. Well, if something goes wrong, it goes wrong. What does it matter? Who cares if you're live stream? So anyways, let's tune in here for a moment. Let's listen to Kevin Lithgow's infamous lies about my shop.
Many people know he's been lying and cheating for a long time. And
I've been lying and cheating for a long time. So we're going to kind of stop and go as we kind of progress through this very quickly. Hopefully be very quickly about this. I've been lying and cheating for a long time, Kevin says. Okay. Well, I removed Kevin from here. I did not want to teach him anymore because after about 10 months of trying to teach him, he just could not get it. Everything I would show him that was correct by the book, he would do the opposite. He would clip components. He would remove limiters. He'd put NPC mods in. He would turn around and spread coils. And I kept telling him, don't do this stuff. He would change finals out and upgrade them for no reason. He would change the regulators out and upgrade those for no reason. Why are you doing all this? Engineers designed this for a reason. So why would you change any of that? His response was because customers want this. They want more power. They just want to see the needle slam. Oh my goodness gracious. So here we are. We're going to nitpick through this as we go. And we're going to point out all the flaws of Mr. Kevin and all of his lies that people can see right through the BS you've got here, Kevin. I don't know why you keep doing this to yourself, but okay, anyways, this is response video, so here we go. We're going to call out all the lies here that everybody pretty much knows, Kevin. I've been around for a long time, and they see all my videos, and I go live stream. And you know why I do that? Not to mention, when you have a radio done by my shop, DX Radio Shop, a very clean, honest, professional shop, you know why they send their radios here? Because one, it's going to get done correctly, and two, I put my label on the inside cover to show all the details, the date, my logo, everything, because I've got nothing to hide. Kevin has been asked several times, why don't you ever put a label inside your radios? His response was to, well, let's see, that was what, 4 different people I've heard this from, 2 of which were emails, 1 of which was a phone call. And now 2 of those are my customers. They will not go back to Kevin. And the response was, well, he doesn't want to put that inside because he doesn't want trolls bothering him. Well, what do you got to hide, Kevin? Why are you lying to your customers? Because you're not doing the work inside. Because you don't know how to do the work inside. Never once have you seen him ever align a radio or tune a radio. Ever in his videos. The only thing you see are just him saying, well, here's what I did with this radio. Here's the output. And it's coming in nice and clean over 110%. Wow. Okay. Anyways, here we go, guys. Let's check this out.
And which is one of the reasons why I got away from him, because he was trying to show me certain things to do to radios and how to set them up and manipulate your tone generator and stuff to make them look good. But that video for another day.
Okay, did you hear that, guys? Okay, so everybody please pay attention to this video. I need everybody to pay attention to this narcissist liar, Kevin Lithgow, out of New Hampshire. You cannot manipulate, number one, your RF generator, your center generator, okay? Any of your test equipment. If you wanted to manipulate them, you should not even have your test equipment. That's number one, okay? Nothing on my bench, nor have I ever or ever will ever manipulate anyone or anything. There's no reason for that, because it's going to come back and bite you, and you're going to damage your radio. And I'm not going to sit here and empty out my bank account and replace people's radios because I got to be ignorant to manipulate something on my bench. That will never happen here at the DH Radio Shop, ever. Everybody knows this. Kevin, you really got to stop your lying, buddy, because you don't understand the many, oh my God, like tens of thousands of people who have known me for 38 years. I don't know why you have this like hard on over me. I don't get it. You know, instead of being jealous and hate me, why don't you learn from my videos and many others and do what's right instead of being this kind of person, okay? That's what you need to do. But you have this Motorola guy who's telling you all this opposite, and you're believing everything he's telling you. And ever since you've done this, that was about the 10th month when I cut you loose, because you're going back and forth with him for the last 2 of those 10 months, so about 8 months is when during my training with you start hooking up with this other guy, and then you kept questioning me about different things. I kept telling you, no, that's not right. Read the book. Read the book. It tells you to read the book. You still don't read your books. You still don't read schematics. You still don't understand your test equipment, and you still listen to this guy, Eric Klein. I don't understand. If that's where you want to go, then hey, so help you God. I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't know what to tell you, because you're only hurting yourself and you're damaging customers' radios. You had a Galaxy 33 that came back to you over a dozen times in a 7-month period you could not figure out, and you begged me to give you the answer how to figure that thing out, and I refused to give it to you. And that was right about towards the end when I told you, if you can't read the schematic by now and you can't figure this out, I'm not teaching you anymore. And that's why we have a fallout, ladies and gentlemen, because Kevin Lithgow refused to listen, refused to do what he's told to do, doesn't want to follow directions at all, doesn't want to read procedures. You never see any procedures on his bench. You never see any service manuals on his bench. You never see any calculations to figure out his modulation waveform. You never see him use the spectrum analyzer correctly. I wonder why that is, Kevin. So if you want to continue manipulating, misleading, and lying to your customers and all the viewers, well, you're doing a great job with that. So let's continue.
We'll cover that in tune videos a little bit. We'll
cover that in tuned videos. He has been saying this for the last year. Okay, he still has not showed any tuned video at all. And he won't, because he doesn't know how to tune them.
We'll show you what does and doesn't happen. Anyway, the video that he picked out, and
you're going to hear a lot of stuttering. Pay attention, guys.
He really had to dig for this video and really dig to try to even find the slightest little imperfection. So
okay, I want you to listen to what he said. Number one, I did not dig for the video. It was sent to me by 13 people that I got emails from. The same damn video got sent to me by 13 people, one of which was your customer. Okay, and number two, listen closely to what he says. Okay, I don't have to nitpick anything. Watch his video here in a moment when he shows you his work.
I think it's kind of funny. Anyway, it was on a 447 HBC2. He's claiming that the way I set up my spectrum analyzer is wrong. Okay, it's not wrong. The way he sets up his spectrum analyzer at 10 kilohertz, I set mine up at 50 kilohertz. Is his way wrong? Not particularly. It shows good, clean signal coming through, but it doesn't show you what I believe people actually want to see, because you can't see really whether or not the radio is really cranked. But I guess that would show up at the 10.2. So,
okay, so right there clearly defines you don't even know how to use your spectrum analyzer. If you understood the span of where your center frequency is, which we all know is your fundamental frequency, and we all know it's your first harmonic. If you understood how to use your spectrum analyzer, and you set your span at 10 kilohertz, you can see so much going on with that signal. Now, to see where your harmonics are and any spurious emissions, fine. You can go out to 150 meg. You can start at 50 megahertz, 100 megahertz, 150 megahertz, 300 megahertz. I usually just jump right to 150 meg and I'll go out to 300 meg on my span to see what's going on so I can make sure the signal is completely clean. That's what I do. And if you understood how to use your spectrum analyzer, you won't even be making yourself embarrassed right now of what you're saying. So first he says, oh, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I suppose you can see it. I don't know. He doesn't know. So thank you for clarifying that, Kevin, that you just don't know. So ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. I want you to pay attention to this video, okay? I'm only playing this so people can see and listen to his own lies that he's trying to put onto my shop. And he also lied in the beginning about another shop. He has bashed other shops without having to say their name, but he is showing stickers of other shops on radios. That's doing the same thing, Kevin, whether you are verbal or just looking at it as visual. Okay, you're still bashing shops, man. You've only been inside of a radio for a little over a year, and you act like you've been around for like a long time. So the lies keep compiling, guys. Keep watching.
Either way, neither one is the right or wrong way to do it. I just prefer to do it the way that I do it. He does it the way he does it. But
okay, so let's rephrase that now. Everybody heard what he just said. I don't do things because the way I want to do it. I do things because the procedure in the book, written by engineers, professional, highly intelligent engineers, put this in service manuals exactly what to do. And if he read his service manual and his operator's manual on that spectrum analyzer, he would totally understand how to use the machine. He does not know how to use that machine. Listen to his words, guys.
He just has to come out and say that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. All right?
That's
and that,
clear.
and this is what he does every week. Every week he does this, okay?
Okay, first off, let's correct that lie. Every week I don't mention you, Kevin. I could care less about mentioning you. But every day in all my videos, I'm always telling people, please watch the Spectrum Analyzer. Please watch this. Please watch that. Do you know why? It's to teach people the right thing that you lack the intelligence of doing. And the reason why you see this every day and every week are, well, there's like two reasons. One, because you've been trolling me, which is fine. Maybe you might get educated. Maybe you might learn something new, because you sure need to learn a lot. And number two, well, I guess if you're watching my videos, maybe you feel it's towards you and you got a guilty conscience because you've been lying to your customers, the little handful that you've got for the last year and a half. So that's why we watch this, guys, because the lies continue to come out.
And he's really and all he does is talk. He doesn't show anything, okay?
Okay, did you hear what he just said with that? Another lie. Okay, Kevin. I hate to do this to you, man. I really hate to do this to you. Okay, he says that I don't show anything. You guys heard that, right? I don't show anything. Okay.
This chocolate literally fragments fat cells into tiny pieces and flushes them out of your body so quickly it went fine.
Welcome back to DS Radio Shop. Stay with the radio.
Let me speed this up here a little bit. As you can see, I don't show nothing. I don't show anything, guys, but you're seeing everything that I'm doing for all of this work, okay? And this is not the one I want to show you because this is the one I actually just finished. Or is this the 148? Yeah, maybe this is the one. Let's see. Yep, I believe so. Yep, this is the one. Okay, here we go. This is the one I finished up. Here we go.
Well, we're good to go.
Speed this up a little bit. Here we go.
Very good.
He says I don't show nothing, right?
Now, let's
Pay
go
attention
back.
now.
2 hour.
I don't show nothing, guys. Well, I believe I'm showing my test equipment right now, aren't I not? He says I don't show nothing. Okay. I guess I'm not showing nothing, right? And you know what's nice about my videos, guys? I have all my cameras on so everybody can see everything that I do. I don't have anything to hide, Kevin. Nothing to hide. That's why I go live stream. Because I'm professional.
There you have it, guys.
Okay, see? but I'm not going live, guys. I'm not doing nothing, right? That's what he says. I don't show nobody nothing. Oh shit! What did I just do? I was pushing buttons because I must have been doing something. I'm showing everybody.
All the way down, nice and clean.
See, no harmonics.
Fundamental, center frequency. Look at this. You see all that? Beautiful, clean.
Center frequency, fundamental, first harmonic, second and third. Don't even see the harmonics, as this thing's been aligned and tuned correctly.
This is what you're looking for at 150 megahertz.
You guys just hear that? So let me hit pause for a moment. You guys just hear that, right? But I don't show nothing. I don't show my work. What do I do live stream? Sit back and just watch my videos run? Is that what I do, Kevin? You got a lot of learning to do. So once again, another lie that we just had pulled out and pointed out about Kevin. And now I'm going to go out 300 megahertz.
Let's go out 300 megs. Even better yet. Look at that. I can see.
So see, the harmonics are right there near the noise floor and into the noise floor, which means this is a beautiful signal right here, okay? You got your center frequency, which is your fundamental, and your first harmonic. And your second and third, everything's beautiful. Why am I showing this if I don't know what I'm doing? Apparently he says I don't know what I'm doing. And there's the scope. And here's the bench. So yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't know how you can say that I'm not showing anything, but whatever. Let's go back to his deal.
Today I'm going to show you that he's a liar, okay, and a con artist, and that's all he does, okay. His whole bench is set up in a way where he can manipulate things. I mean, who needs 3 different tone generators?
Okay, again, thank you for the lies. Okay, so let's point this out, guys. Everybody knows. See, Kevin doesn't realize the tens of thousands of people who know me. He doesn't get it. He just does not get this. He thinks he's going to take someone with 38 years of experience and just make me disappear. It's not going to happen, Kevin, okay? You've only done this for a year and a half, and you don't even have a year and a half experience, okay? Because you were under me for 10 months, and you still couldn't figure out how to read a damn schematic, and you still don't read schematics today. And you don't even have procedures on your bench. You don't show nothing. You just talk. You flap your lips in the wind. That's all you do. So, number one, he lied about that. I just showed you my work. I just showed you aligned and tuned. I just showed you how to use Spectrum Analyzer yet again. And you know, it's funny because I had a lot of emails in the last couple of weeks now saying, you know, Stu, I think what he's trying to do is just get you to get mad enough to get on there and make more comments to get more work done. To, in other words, show your test equipment in more detail and explain more things, because I think that's how he wants to learn. I think he's pissed off because nobody wants to help him. And I got thinking about that, and you know what? They're probably right, because when he found me on Google search, I was the 8th shop he reached out to, asking for help to teach him how to repair and troubleshoot radios. I was the 8th one. The first 7 turned him down. And now I see why. And it took me 10 months to realize I'm wasting my time with him. I had to cut bait with him because he just would not listen. Everything I would show him correctly by the book. If the book said, you know, to align this a certain way, here's your frequency, he would not do that. If the book says, which we all know, the books don't tell you to spread coils, he would spread coils. The books don't tell you to cut limiters, he would cut limiters. The books don't tell you to set your bias, and this is the funny part, only by current. He said you can't use voltage. He says you must use current only because you don't need voltage. Wow. Kevin, you need to learn Ohm's law. That was in 3 of your videos, okay? You need to learn Ohm's law. If you don't have voltage, you can't have current. Oh my goodness gracious. That's embarrassing in its own. Anyways, so this guy here claims to have all the answers, and we've already pointed out all of these lies, and you cannot manipulate a bench to do stupid things. If you're going to go all that distance to even think about this, and for you to even make that comment, is just going to show people to stay away. So I would highly recommend everybody, my advice to you, with my 38 plus years of professional experience that I can back up with certificates, degrees, and diplomas, and not to mention over 700 videos of full, complete, detailed education. Well, I could back that up, guys. Everybody knows this. I don't even have to because it's already out there. Everybody can see where I come from. Everybody knows I'm 100% legit, real, honest, and right there to the point. You, on the other hand, buddy, I highly recommend everybody, please stay away from that shop in New Hampshire because you're just not going to get good quality. If you're going to have a guy like this work on your radio who's a pathological liar, who's going to sit here and talk about how you can manipulate a bench, I would never send my radio to anybody who's going to make that kind of comment, because I would be in second guessing myself thinking, well, why would you think this? Is that what you do? And a lot of people have actually questioned about this. One of which actually wrote a comment on one of his videos, and he deleted the comment. The guy called me up. He said, Stu, I just watched a couple of your videos, and I just got your phone number when you were doing a live video there, and you posted out for someone else, so I just wanted to call and touch base with you a couple things. I got a 148 GTO I want you to work on, but I also have a Connex 3300 I want you to look at. And I was almost going to send that to this SLC guy. That's SLC. Yeah, the one in New Hampshire that's bashing you. Oh, that guy. Yeah, okay. I said, so why don't you? No, I don't want to send it there because after watching his videos and listening to what he's got to say, and then I compare it against your videos, that's like night and day. He says, why is this guy even doing this stupid stuff? I says, well, that's real simple. You know, obviously he wants to be like me and he can't, and he's pissed off that I won't continue to teach him because he doesn't listen. He doesn't want to read the books. So let's continue watching, guys.
He's got two on the right side of the bench, and this right here is a tone generator too.
So, that was another thing he said. Remember, he said, why do I got 3 different tone generators? Okay, well, let me ask you people out there in the world, why do you guys own 2 cars? Some people own 3. If you're a trucking company, why do you own like I don't know, let's just say 20 semi-trucks? Why do you got to have all that stuff? Maybe because you need it. How about these tone generators? Well, if one fails, I have one for backup. Every true technician understands that. If you ever go to anybody who's an engineer and you go to their workshop and you only see 1 generator, 1 scope, and 1 service monitor, something's wrong. Because engineers are not going to rely on just that in case something goes wrong. Whether you get a power surge or, I don't know, just something fails because of the age or something got overdriven into it or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter what the reason is. Always have a backup. And because I got a good deal on some of this stuff that I couldn't refuse, why not have extra equipment? And if I want to run them for a second bench, which I'm actually setting up a second bench, then I don't have to worry about taking my job off one bench. I can continue on another bench. So when a driver shows up and he needs work done, I don't have to stop what I'm doing on my first bench. I can go right to the second bench and I got all the same equipment. These are the things that Kevin doesn't think about because Kevin doesn't know and Kevin doesn't care. All he wants to do is flip a buck. That's all he wants. And that's another reason why I cut him loose. Because he kept saying, I want to get out of trucking. I just want to make quick money. I don't care what it is. Well, this is not the job for you.
So we'll call it 3. 2 of them he uses, okay? But I'm just going to show you. This is the exact same radio that he was talking about. Not the radio, but the same model, okay?
Let me pause for a moment. I want to show something for somebody. Let me do this right quickly here. Let's see what we can do. Do. Give me a second. I want to show you something. Where is it? There you are. All right, guys. Here's what I want to show you. I don't expect Kevin to understand this because he's, like I said, he's a pathological liar. Okay? This is roughly what my bench will look like after I'm done in the garage. Can anybody tell me what's wrong with that? Do you guys see something wrong with this? I'm not supposed to have all my equipment. I'm only supposed to have 1 of each. That's it. There's a reason why I have multiple scopes. Because if I have to check my VCO output, the PLO output, I can check one here. I can still watch my waveform over here. I can monitor my voltage at the same time. I've got my injection going to my mic switch box. I've got my receive injection right there. And I've got 2 service monitors, one here, and a standalone spectrum analyzer, or I can use my spectrum analyzer onto this. So instead of me flipping a page from, let's say, the transmit page, for example, if I wanted to monitor the frequency here, at the same time I wanted to monitor my signal over here at the spectrum analyzer, I can do that. So there's reasons why we have multiple equipment, Kevin. Stuff that you can't afford and that you'll never understand. So this is my layout of what's going to happen. This is what I designed on my tiny CAD program here. What's going to happen when I get my new bench all set up out in the garage when we finish remodeling all of that here within the next month. So this is how it's all going to be set up roughly. I might change a few things around, but for the most part, that's about what it is. So there's a reason why I have all this equipment. Because if this generator here drops, I've got the bottom one right here to fall back on too. If that drops, well then I got either service monitor I can fall onto for a backup on those. If the spectrum analyzer fails, well I've got one built right inside my service monitor right here. And I've got one built right inside this one. And of course if one scope fails, well hell I got one. I've got, see here, 2, 3. I got plenty of scopes that are extra. I got my RF power level meter, which he'll never understand that. And of course, I got my 2 bench multimeters, got my SIN adder, I got my signal tracer, and I even have a modulation analyzer. So yeah, these are all crucial to the bench. So yes, there's a reason why I have multiple equipment. Anybody who wants to find out for yourself, go on Google. In fact, you know what? Let's just do it right now. Seems how Kevin wants to lie and play these head games. Let's check this out, guys. Let's say, oh, I don't know, just type in CB shop, whatever, repair bench, I don't know, just something. Oh, geez, well, mine pops up, and that's cool. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so there you have it. All of these different benches of multiple equipment. I mean, just like right there, for example, look at this one. He's got all kinds of equipment. He's got all kinds of equipment. Is he not supposed to have any of that? How about this one? Let's take a look at this one, guys. Oh, better yet, here's one. Let's take a look at this one. Look at that. Is he not supposed to have? He's got everything right here. Look at all these scopes, spectrum analyzer, service monitor, multimeters. Is he not supposed to have all this stuff? I don't understand what you're trying to say, Kevin. I don't get it. I don't understand. Look at this. You got all this test equipment. Is he not supposed to have all this stuff? You're only supposed to have one thing at a time? Is that the problem? I don't get it with you. I don't understand. Oh, look at, check this out. Oh, now look at this. That's awesome. Look at this. Look at all this test equipment. Is he not supposed to have any of this? Shame on him, right? He's got awesome setup. It's a beautiful setup. And he's got not only one, and look at that, he's even got a BK tester here. He's got the 20. This is cool. It's so cool. He's got everything he needs to run a true shop. So right here, he's got a nice bench set up here for one. He's got another one here. He can run multiple things if he wants. Start a job here, go to a job there. This is actually a very well good setup right here. So I don't know what you're getting at, Kevin. I don't understand. You know, you have no logic behind your lies here. But let's continue on, guys.
So, see, that's the way he does it. 10 kilohertz. Okay.
And if you read the procedure book, it tells you to do exactly 10 kilohertz. Now pay attention to his signal, guys. Watch that oscilloscope. See how it's flat? He's got a flat top right here. It's flat top. Everybody see that? Pay attention to this. You're going to see more of this in a moment. This is where he starts walking in circles with his lies.
I was just kind of playing around, going back and forth. And it looks good. There's no doubt. You know, I wouldn't doubt that looks pretty good if that's the way you want to do it.
It's not the way you want to do it. It's the way the procedure tells you to do it by engineers.
And then we go to 50 kilohertz, okay? And so for some of you that don't understand, at 50 kilohertz, we're going 2.5 channels to the right and 2.5 channels to the left of the fundamental frequency, okay?
Okay, did you hear what he said? You can do the same thing at 10 kilohertz, guys. Same exact thing, okay? Now watch what he does. Mine is just more widespread when I do that, so I can see. Let me go back here for a moment. Let's get his hand out of the way.
belt that looks pretty, but the same in a way where he can manipulate. And this right, I'm just going to show you. This is the exact same radio that he was talking about, not the radio, but the same model. Okay.
Okay. So right here, I can see all my spurious emissions. I can see everything, and you can still see your 2.5 channels below and above. You can see on both sides. Not to mention symmetrical. You want everything to be symmetrical. Okay. This right here, the way he's got this set up, is not good at all. It's not. His RF level is wrong. Obviously, he's way up here. So his RF level is completely way too much. What does he have there? -5. It says -5 because he's on his antenna. He's not even an RF in. So here, once again, he doesn't even know how to use his own test equipment. He's going to try to school me. Right there is RF in. He's on antenna. And then he's on -5. Okay? Jeepers creepers. Well, there's another lie. Keep going, Kevin.
So, we're going 2.5 channels to the right and 2.5 channels to the left of the fundamental frequency, okay? Okay? Right there.
Okay, do you see this? Now I'm going to ask all you viewers, please make comments. Be polite, be respectful, but please make comments. What do you see here? Look at this. You see this? Now look over here. Look at the skip in between. You see that? And it's not because I pause it. Watch.
And
see how it stays?
All this stuff down here, all your harmonics and spurious emissions.
Okay, did you hear him? Okay, let's get something straight. If this is your center frequency, the fundamental, your first harmonic, where should your second and third follow? It should be over here. He claims you're going to see them on both sides. Goodness gracious, Kevin, what is wrong with you? You cannot see anything in here. You cannot. He's got it 2 pinched together. You cannot see anything in here at all. So that's why he runs at 50 kilohertz, because this is where you manipulate and you lie to your customers, because you as viewers and customers probably don't know. So you're going to say, yeah, that looks clean, because look at this. It looks so damn clean, right? Look at the skip over here, guys. Look at that. He's got a bleed over. This is distortion. Bleed over to adjacent channel. And you can tell because he's flat tapping on the scope.
Okay, which if the radio's cranked causes distortion. And they add to the wattage on your watt meter, okay?
Okay, did you hear how he had to pause to think about what he was trying to say? Because he knows he's lying about that. Obviously, if it's cranked, you're going to get more wattage. Obviously. And you're going to be well over 100% modulation. And you're going to have an issue, okay? So, obviously, everybody pretty much knows that. But notice how he pauses. And then he'll kind of step stutter a little bit.
And we'll show that. I've shown it in a couple of videos. I'm not going to get into it this morning. But I just want to show you where this guy is a scammer and he's lying. Okay? He's lying.
Did you hear him? I'm the scammer and I'm lying. Did we not just watch a video? Did we not just see exactly here? Did we not just see that? So how am I the one lying? And how can you call me a scammer? You're the one who reached out to me, Kevin, begging me because 7 shops shot you down. And I should have paid attention to that when you told me, well, I tried 700 shops, but they don't want to do it. They don't have time, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not what it was. They didn't want to deal with you because they've already probably ran into people like you over the years. That's probably exactly what it was. And I wish I would have reached out to them and really thought about it instead of being the kind guy that I am that always wants to help people. And then you take advantage of that. You turn around and now you want to stab me in the back. Okay, if that's what you got to do, Kevin. But you're pretty much showing everybody your true lies. Okay, so let's go back to his video again.
To the people on his YouTube channel to try to make me look bad. And when you lie like that, when all you do is lie, eventually the lies catch up to you. And
that's what's exactly happening right now. All the lies are catching up to Kevin because he feels all my videos that I've been doing for the last couple of weeks are about him. He has a guilty conscience. That's what he has. So, Kevin, you got to move on, man. You know, if you want to learn, pay attention and learn. Put your nose in the book, read, Understand and learn. I have told you that for 10 damn months, and you still refuse to listen. That's on you, man. You know, you're just going to be one of these hack shops that maybe go, what, 2 to 5 years? After about 5 years, about 95% of the hack shops usually don't last. They just kind of disappear, or else they move from town to town, state to state, because they pretty much burnt their bridge, screwing so many people over. And this is exactly what you're doing right now. So I'm glad that you're telling everybody that I'm the liar when you just got caught into several lies in this only one video out of 3 that you've done about me. And every video that you've done out of your 43 videos, the other 40 of random radios that you've done, you can clearly see, people. Watch his videos. I encourage you to watch all of his videos, and you will see, and just listen to how he talks. Listen to his words. Ask him, how come he won't do any mathematical equations? Why won't he calculate the modulation? You know why? Because right down here, it does it for you. So he goes by this. But there's a problem. Not only does he have an RF sampler set up, he also has a minus, I think it's either 30 or 40 dBm attenuator also attached to this unit, which now drops that down even much more. So the accuracy of what he's trying to get, what it reads here, does not calculate to what's on his oscilloscope. So if you do your waveform on your scope and you calculate that, it should come out damn near close, within a couple of tenths of a watt here, or percentage of modulation here, and it does not. So if this reads, let's say, 100%, his scope might be reading 88%, 92%, 95%. But he's gonna go to whatever his monitor says, because he's got this all set up to when he turns it on, it goes all to the same values. The only thing he changes is from here. That's all he does. That's it. So you want to talk about a con man and a scammer? Well, Kevin, you just proved that. So thank you for proving this to the public. I'm glad you did this video, because I can actually point these things out and explain it to the viewers so they know what to watch out for. Because a lot of viewers are sometimes very gullible, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way to you viewers, but sometimes people, they kind of believe the first thing that they see, and you should really do your homework. And if you're not sure, better yet, why don't you watch videos how to use a spectrum analyzer, how to use an oscilloscope, how to calculate waveforms. Why do they have numbers? Because engineers came up with that.
One, I think most of you will agree, caught up to him. Okay, and unfortunately, yes, I had to troll a couple of his videos, unfortunately, but I'm going to defend myself up to a point. Eventually, and I said this probably in my last video, we're going to ignore it, we're going to go quiet, but it's not in my DNA. I'm sorry. You're going to keep mentioning my name.
So there you go. He said, I'm going to go quiet, I'm not going to do it. Then he turns around and does it again. How many more lies are you going to have, Kevin?
I'm gonna defend myself, and that's what I'm doing today. So anyway, that's on high dead key, okay? Really, really good and clean. Don't let.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Let me go back here 1 second. You got to hear the whole thing before I pause it.
On high dead key, okay? Really, really good and clean. Don't let them fool you.
Okay, really, really, really clean. Don't let them fool you. Okay, well, guess what? Here at the DX Radio Shop, we don't fool nobody. We don't lie to nobody. We don't create dishonesty. We don't manipulate. We don't scam nobody. Kevin, however, in New Hampshire, does exactly that. Can anybody please explain to me, even if you don't even know, just take a look at this. If something were clean and equivalent, shouldn't that be a mirror image over here? Look at this. It's saturated because it's overdriving. And if you look up here, it's flat topping. You can clearly see it's flat topping. How can you lie? This is most of his videos, about 90% of his videos show exactly this. That's lying to your customer because it's flat topping and you're distorted. And you can clearly see the distortion here reading what this is because that being a flat top, if that was not flat top, then this would be a lot more clean. Then it would be a good clean signal. This is a distorted signal because of the flat top. This is not a clean signal. So Kevin, I don't have to fool anybody. So when you say don't let him fool you, listen to Kevin's words because Kevin's going to fool you, okay? Don't believe this, guys. Look at your own information. Do your own research. You ain't got to listen to me. You don't have to believe me. Do your own research, okay? I always tell people, do your own research, okay? Ask questions. Talk to different technicians. Call people up. Call engineers up. You know, if you want to call up Cobra, Galaxy, Ranger, whoever, talk to their technicians. Take a still shot of this and show them. And you know what they're going to tell you? No, that's distorted. This is not clean. No, he's flat topping right here. This is not clean. And then what are you going to say, Kevin? That all the engineers and all the other technicians are lying?
Okay. Same as what you're going to see on the video right here. Okay. Just
see, still distorted. Still distorted. It's got a skip in here, distortion. And look at that, guys. Flat top. You can clearly see a flat top. You can clearly see that.
About mirror image. Let's see.
Mirror image. Look at that. Flat top. You got that right. You got a mirror image going on.
Okay, that's the...
So this is a video he did, and he's trying to do a current video on the same exact model to show you mirror image of his equipment on his one video, and then his video today on the other.
That's the video.
Let me go back here. Oh, that's perfect. I got to get this closer. Oops.
Video.
Look at that. Tell me that's not flat top, guys. Come on. You can clearly see it. You can clearly see it. Look at this. That's flat top. Don't tell me it's not flat top. That's flat top, man. Look at it. It's running parallel to the damn line, to your critical right here. Oh, did I say critical? I don't think he understands that word. Maybe it might be too big of a word for you. But it is flat topping anyway, so look at that. And it's still distorted.
That's the radio that's on the bench.
On the bench. Here we go. Still distorted.
Almost a spitting image.
Yep, it is. And it's flat topping.
Exactly the same. So anyway,
so there's another lie that he does to his customers nonstop. Here you go, guys. This is the proof. So I want everybody to please thank you. Say thank you to this guy, Kevin, in New Hampshire, for showing his lies. So as he's trying to make up his stories as he goes and calls other people liars and scammers and con artists, he got caught in his own lies, his own scam, his own con. And this is just one out of 43 videos he's done.
So he claims here, and I'm gonna bring the camera down a little closer so you can hear his claims, okay? He really had to dig.
I like how I said I had to dig. I did not have to dig. You don't understand. When you post things, people see things right away. When I post things, people see things right away. You don't think people don't take pictures or screenshots or share links or save it for later to watch? Kevin, you are so oblivious. 13 emails, and out of those people all sent me the same damn link to you. And I didn't want to watch the thing because I could care less, but after I got seeing this, you know, a couple guys says, you should really take a look at this because we don't quite understand if it's really distorted. Can you show us that? Because he's got a flat topping, but he says it's clean. And we want to make sure, because a couple guys wanted to send equipment to you. I don't even know who the hell these people are. And they decided not to. One of which sent out to Iowa, one sent to Florida, one sent to Ohio, and I already got 2 of your customers who sent here. So that's okay.
For this video. It's so funny. Okay, if any of you guys watch his videos and stuff, I mean, especially his trolls, and I know you guys are trolling my page. This will be, you know, he'll have this morning, I'm sure. You guys really need to pay attention, okay?
Please pay attention. Do what Kevin said. Please pay attention. I encourage you to watch his video, and I encourage you to watch my videos. And you're going to see many differences. Do you know why? Because one, you're going to get educated the right way. You're going to be able to see all full details, very informative information, complete details on not only the equipment that we use, how to use the equipment, why I'm using the equipment, how to troubleshoot, analyze, and narrow the problem down and fix your problems. Kevin can't do that. So please take Kevin's advice and please pay attention to everybody's videos that you watch, not just mine or his, just everybody's you watch. But please pay attention because that's only going to help you guys stay away from hack shops like Kevin's.
You send a radio there, I'm sorry, but most likely it's not going to get done right. Okay,
it's not going to get done right. Okay, If you send a radio to DX Radio Shop, Kevin says it won't get done right. Okay. Well, Kevin, if this is your little game plan to try to get people to send more to you, I feel for them. Because when they get it back, it won't be done right. I've already got 2 of your customers who sent their equipment here to get recorrected, to get done right. So I don't know why you think you're going to persuade people with your lies to send equipment to you and not me. I really don't care what they do, to be honest. I hope people do send equipment to you because eventually I'm going to see it across my bench anyways to get fixed because there's not many good techs around such as myself. You, on the other hand, you're still wearing diapers. You only got about 1.5 years under your belt. I've got 38 years in this hobby, buddy, repairing radios, so good luck with that.
Okay. Even though he claims to have 38 years, he's 48 years old, and he claims to have 38 years experience.
Okay, you got that, guys? So can someone tell me why you can't have any experience? Let me tell you a little story. My father and my uncle, my grandfather had a car dealer business. They would do maintenance. They would do your oil changes. They would do tire changes. They would do valve jobs. They would do motor repairs. My father and my uncle were both 10 years old when they started learning that. By age 12, we're talking way back, okay? So by age 12, they were driving cars, okay? They were only going down a couple blocks from home, but they would take the customer's car back to them, pick up another, and bring it back to do car washes on a Saturday afternoon. Okay, 12 years old. I see 15-year-old Mennonites driving huge combine farm equipment down a country road about 3.5, 4 miles, 5 miles. And their father's in a separate tractor ahead of them. Now, granted, that might be illegal, obviously, because their age, but he was driving that like he owned it. In other words, you can gain experience at any given age. How about this, for example, Kevin? I'm going to point out more of your lies because you claim to think that you must be over the age of 18 or to get any kind of experience, apparently. I don't know. Anyways, how about this, for example? There are 7-year-old kids who are excellent at singing, better than the people we've got today in their 50s. We've got 10-year-old kids who can play guitar just as good as AC/DC or Aerosmith and those guys. Oh my goodness gracious. Are you really going to sit here and say that I can't have any experience at that young of an age? Let me tell you a little story, guys. 7 years old, I started, about 6.5 years old, I started with CB radio. By the time I turned 9.5 roughly, got my first soldering station. By the time I turned 12, I was already learning how to align and tune radios, and I was already learning about the phase lock loop, the mixer stage, the VCO, how to properly do it by the book. And by the age 16, I was making between $2,000 and $3,000 a month as a student, as a kid, age 16, living at home while I'm still in high school. During my junior senior year, I also took a trade in electronics to improve and enhance myself and go further. And guess what, guys? Not only did I get my degrees, but I also got my diploma. I've got more education past that point after graduation. My first job at age 18, I got into IEC electronics. You know what they did for me? They didn't want to put me on an assembly line. And they said, we cannot believe you got this kind of experience. Could you demo some of that for us? Sure can. Good, because we always set up all of our interviews where we have to give so many people a certain test to see how they do. I had to take a 30-minute test. Aced that. They couldn't believe it. Then I had to do hands-on between soldering, how to quickly analyze a machine to see if I can operate the machine, which is pretty simple for me, because I operate machines all the damn time, all kinds of test equipment. And guess where they put me, Kevin? In the engineer department with the technicians. That's where they put me. Do you know why? Because I gained all that experience at a very young age. So yes, I have 38 plus years of experience. You don't need to be age 18 and then get 38 years of experience. So let's put that out there for everybody. And if anybody wants to follow up on that, feel free to do so. because I can show you my degrees. I can show you my certificates. I can show you all of my diplomas, everything that I've got, all my awards way back in high school, all the way on up till when I passed 12th grade or graduated, not only from my trade school, but also from my high school. Also, all my degrees I got from the company I used to work for, all my certificates I got from them. And yes, I am ISO certified on top of that for JT Standard for professional soldering. Geez, Kevin, what do you have to offer, buddy? Because I got everything here to back up my experience with dates and signed signatures from these companies. Not some backyard Joe Schmo like you, from professional billion-dollar companies. What do you got, Kevin? So yeah, when you want to sit there and say, oh, he's 48, how can you have 38 years of experience? Well, let's think about this. How old are you, Kevin? How many years of experience you got walking, talking, chewing gum, driving a car, swimming in a pool, riding a bicycle, riding a lawnmower, picking flowers out your ass? Who knows? How many years you got experience with all this stuff? No one's supposed to have any experience until I guess you'd become an adult, apparently. That's what Kevin's saying. Anyways, here we go, guys.
Get your calculator out. If you don't know how to run one, that means he owned a radio shop. He's been working on radio since he was 10 years old.
Yeah, as I just told you the story, guys, and I can prove all of that. And I still have many customers way back then are still customers of mine today because of the good quality work I do, and because they all knew the guy who taught me, because they used to be customers of him, and they said, if you don't mind, we go back and forth, give the kid a try, right? No, go ahead, I don't care. If you never need anything, just come on back. And we were all remaining friends, and the guy who taught me didn't have any problem with that whatsoever. He was very happy for it. And I still have those customers today. So what does that tell you, Kevin? I have oh my God, you have no idea, a strong loyalty of customers of mine way back. So yes, pull out your calculator, Kevin, because obviously you can't add and subtract very well, can you? And you sure as hell don't know what the hell you're talking for the last year and a half that you still haven't gained anything. But if you go to DX Radio Shop, my videos, you're going to watch schematics. You're going to learn how to read schematics. You're going to learn how to operate your equipment. Yeah, there's a lot of full detail, very informative information, highly informative information, highly intellectual information on my page. Kevin doesn't do that. So please, everybody, pay attention. Please pay attention to what Kevin's saying, because if you guys want to go there, it's going to get screwed up. I suggest you send it elsewhere. If you don't want to, you don't even have to send it to me. I really don't care. Send it to somebody else. But don't send your equipment to Kevin, because when you get it back, it will not be on frequency and it will not be aligned and tuned correctly, because he doesn't know how. Many customers have asked him, please show us what you're doing. Can you do a video for us? We're even willing to pay you for a video. Kevin won't do that. He just does it before and after, or maybe just an after video, and just, well, here's what I had to do, and that's what we got to do. And okay, show it. I'm the only one who goes live stream. You don't go live stream. Show us the work.
Okay, kind of hard to believe. Anyway, so here's the video. I'm gonna try to fast forward it to the.
And by the way, Kevin looked at all my certificates. They're right here on the wall. Every customer who walks in my shop sees all my diplomas, my certificates, my awards from school to the trade school to the companies I've worked for, engineering department, all of that sitting right here on the wall. You know why they're displayed? Because I'm proud of what I've earned. I've worked hard for and earned. And I've scored very high at every one of those damn exams they give me to get those positions. So thank you, Kevin. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm glad people, they need to know, the amount of experience one person has over the other. So yeah, I got 38 years. What do you got? Oh, that's right. Year and a half, Kevin. Year and a half.
I want to do a quick follow-up on a video. This is not to bash, so all my viewers and whatnot.
Not to bash.
Now listen. Listen to this, guys. Just listen. I did this video, and it was not to bash. Go back and look at my videos on my YouTube. It was not to bash him. I mentioned his name only because I wanted him to know that this is an opportunity for him to review and to learn. That's why I mentioned his name. Maybe I should have said that in my video, because watch, he acts like a 2-year-old. See, there he is. He says my name. He's bashing me. I never once bashed you. I only stated your name. There's a difference. Now, if I want to come out and say you're the most ugly-looking son of a bitch, okay, that's bashing. But I didn't say that. I only said his name, so listen in closely, guys.
especially the ones who like to troll me, especially Kevin Lithgow.
There you go.
See? The ones who like to troll me, like Kevin Lithgow. That wasn't bashing. That's just stating your name. Because I want you to watch the video. I want you to see your mistakes that you're about to learn right now.
The bash,
He's
so
always trolling my videos.
doesn't
He's
want to bash.
but he's doing a very bad job of it.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact because he's already mentioned it before that he likes to watch mine and try to learn from it.
I don't want.
Okay, see how he's laughing? You hear what I said? Because he likes to watch mine and learn from it, right? Did he not say earlier? Did he not say earlier in this video that he was watching mine, playing around, trying to get things to look what mine was doing? There you go, Kevin. Another lie by you.
Watch his videos to learn anything. Trust me. His camera setup is absolutely horrible.
My camera setup is horrible, and my resolution is set up as horrible, is what he says. Let's stop right there. We got to show Kevin. Can anybody tell me right now? Can anybody see that? It's good resolution to me. Looks like good camera to me.
Second.
Everything's nice and clean.
Here's your fundamental center.
Everything's nice and clean right there.
I don't know even why they would call that really. Well, it is what.
Here you go. Nice and clean, guys. Nice and clean. And if you want a little bit more detail right there,
I finally found
well,
it.
let me get
I've been
this.
searching for the perfect head shape.
There we go. Okay, let me hit pause right here. Look at that, guys. Good resolution, good detail. Nothing's blurry. Everything's right there. I can see exactly what I have right here. Nothing pixelated. Everything looks great. And as I hit play, look at that. That's pretty crisp. I mean, it's so damn crisp. Hell, I can see red, yellow, green, blue, black. Everybody see the colors down here? I can. So, yeah, that's pretty crisp, I think. Shit. You can almost count the damn hairs on my arm. It's so damn crisp. So the resolution's very good in my cameras. So thank you for pointing that out as well, Kevin. Another lie by Kevin. We're doing quite well for them.
Resolution on his cameras, you can't even see anything.
This is not to bash, this is to educate
It's crazy.
the consumer.
You hear him? It. Spit it out, Kevin.
People, you people
So
out there.
let's get it to the point where
Here, number one. Number two, he's got a span set wrong. Well, because the spectrum analyzer will see a lot more
okay, he says I have my
than the naked eye can see up here.
He says I have my
Number
span
two,
set
number
wrong.
three, if he's got
We'll
his
let
span
it play.
set wrong. Number three, if he were to justify that to check, especially for like the first, second, and third harmonic, he can justify this by
Okay,
adjusting
pause.
the frequency
Okay.
in the
So if you want to see that, obviously your first harmonic is your center line, which is your fundamental. But if you want to see it, you can't see this. Is all pinched. All you see is like three different, segments together. You need to span that. So you want to see the difference? Let's point him out again. Geez, Kevin. I hate to do this to you, man, but you're really doing it to yourself. So let's go to here to, let's see. Let me get it to where we are.
Like they say, you're not going to get very far. Fortunately, it's not going to happen because.
Here we go.
Clean this is.
Okay, here we go.
Isn't it beautiful? Because this is pretty much, that's not too bad. A little pinching going on, but, well, this looks so clean. And he would.
This is what Kevin does right here, if not a little bit closer, and he calls it clean. So I'm demonstrating what he's saying. Okay, now here's where you should
leave
be.
it alone. That's not what you do. I can't do that. That is manipulating. That's lying. That's being very deceitful. Okay? This is where you need to go, right here.
Okay, now you can see this radio. I haven't aligned and tuned yet. I still have to align and tune that one. But what I'm showing you is, see how you've got what we call the King's Crown? The center one is your fundamental. That is your center frequency. Even though it's not on frequency, because I haven't tuned this one yet, but this is why I go wide, so I can actually see where exactly is that, and it's not all pinched together. Because if it's all pinched together, I might have this side into my center line, therefore now pushing my center frequency over to the high side. Or I might have this one onto my center, pushing this to the low side. This center one right here, guys, everybody see that? The center one is your fundamental center frequency, which is your first harmonic. Okay, that is your first harmonic, which is your center fundamental frequency. So here we go.
Check for your first harmonic. Okay? He doesn't even know what the first harmonic is.
Okay, he's saying I don't know what the first harmonic is. I know what the first harmonic is, but you can't see it because you've got three portions of this waveform pinched together. I can see where my center line goes up. Well, I can't see which one's touching where, which means your center frequency, your fundamental frequency, which is your first harmonic, you can't see it because you got your two other lines right here, your two other waveforms. You got them pinched together. You can't see nothing. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's go back to where he says right here. You gotta see this part now.
My videos many times to show. If you look right here, is flat topping. That's flat topping right there.
That's really not flat topping.
Okay, listen to him. He said it's really not flat topping. You can see it, guys. Listen to his words. He's going to backpedal in a moment because he caught himself in a line. Listen.
A nice round tops. It might be.
Nice round tops. That is flat top. Those are flat topping.
As far as your minimum voltage carrier, that's your modulator.
See? Flat topping. You can see it.
Right.
But your peak envelope voltage right here is flat topping. And I want you to hear this, because for someone who says that this is clean, listen to what he says.
This is my video that he's playing. Coming in nice and clean and well over 100% modulation.
Okay, you just heard what he said? Coming in nice and clean, well over 100% modulation, 110% modulation. It's flat topping. That's not clean. Distortion. It's not clean.
You see?
You hear that?
Now he's going to talk himself out of it. Listen to what he says. This is what liars do. This is how liars are called out. Listen to what he says now.
Okay. So he got me where I'm saying it coming in well over 100% modulation. Which
And you're going to listen to him stutter too.
it is. Which probably I misspoke just a little bit.
Okay, how can you misspoke? You just admitted that yes, you got called out on what you just said. You just admitted that. Now you're going to say, well, maybe I misspoke. How can you misspoke? It's right there on your damn machine. Jeez.
The Striker radios come in, most radios have a 4.
Okay, let me back this up for a minute. This is very important, guys. Listen, please listen.
The Striker radios come in, most radios have a 4-to-1 ratio.
Okay, does anybody understand what that means? Does anybody understand what this means? Okay, let me explain what this means. Kevin doesn't know what he's talking about, number one. I think we've already pretty much cleared that up. Number two, like I said, he's doing this on his own. I'm just doing a response video, kind of reiterating what he's doing right here and just trying to point out exactly the flaws. That's all I'm doing. I'm just doing a response video pointing out his mistakes. That's it. All his lies is all I'm doing. I'm not here to do anything more than that, okay? So let's listen to what he just said. He said Striker radios, most of them are a 4-to-1 ratio. Does anybody understand that? So for example, let's say you have a 100-watt output. Well, then you would divide that by 1, because if it's 4-to-1, you would divide it by 1. Okay? What does that mean then? It means your high dead key should be at 100 watts. Well, how do you modulate a 100-watt carrier if you got a 100-watt output? You can't. So he's got that wrong. It's not a 4-to-1 ratio. It's a 1-to-4 ratio, not 4-to-1. Okay? The answer is 1-to-4, which still, people use that calculation. I don't, and I will tell you why. And if you read procedure books, it explains to you that they try to stay away from that if possible, provided and dependent on what the build of the radio is. Otherwise, they highly recommend you don't do this. So he's saying 4-to-1. That is not true. It's actually called 1-to-4. So if you got a 100-watt output divided by 4 equals what? It's easy math, guys. 25, right? Well, 25 times 4 equals what? 100, right? So there you go. A 25-watt dead key on the high is where you would be, theoretically, if you were to set it up as such. Now, you got a 25-watt swinging 100-watt. However, when you key it up, you're going to create a lot more heat faster to your pass-through regulator. So how do we fix that problem? Lower your dead key down to what the procedure says, which is typically 7 to 10 watts on the high side and about 2 watts on the low side. Now you have a very low carrier on the low, and you've got a very decent carrier on the high side, about 7 to 10 watts, to say 10 watts. And you're going to swing whatever you're able to do. If it's a 100-watt radio, let's just say you're swinging 100 watts. We'll just make it easy math for everybody. So you got 10 swinging 100 watts. That would be better for the radio than it is 25 swinging 100 or 100 trying to swing 100, which is impossible. So yeah, and now let's just back this up because you know how he's going to be. And I hate, like I said, I hate to be like this, but I'm going to. Let's see here. Oh, where did I see that? Here it is. Okay. Right there, guys. Striker 447. Okay. It says right here, let me get my mouse on the way. You can follow 1 to 4 ratio rule. Okay. 1 to 4. And what did I just tell you guys? See, he doesn't believe in math. He doesn't listen. He doesn't follow directions. This is the kind of guy you want working on your radio. I feel for you guys. I really do. Let's read this. Okay. It says, take your max output and divide it by 4. Okay. And that's what your dead key needs to be. Okay. Which means, so if you got a 100-watt dead or 100-watt output, if that is your output, you divide it by 4. It's 25 watt on your high dead key. He said it's 4 to 1. Well, how do you do that then? If it's 4 to 1, then you're going to take 100 and divide it by 1? Oh my goodness gracious. So Kevin, once again, doesn't know any math. He doesn't understand anything he's doing here. I just showed that to you yet again. All these lies, all this backward talk he's doing, and this is what you call a true manipulator at its best. He is a true manipulator at his best.
Strikers and some of the Rangers and stuff will give you a good, clean 5 to 1 ratio. So whatever
5 to 1 ratio. You guys got that?
whatever your dead key is, 5 times out, okay, for your peak power, okay. So that is.
And that's not. Oh my God. Let's just continue to listen. He's got a lot of learning to do.
Did I misspeak? You know, and say that it was.
See, here we go with the stuttering again. He's trying to backpedal now because he didn't realize he made that comment. He didn't realize now he's caught, and he wasn't smart enough to hit pause on the video because he's trying to get this video out and completed to bash me. Now he's got to try to backpedal and correct his lie and try to, well, maybe I did this, and well, maybe I did that. Maybe just a misunderstanding. But let's move on anyways. Let's continue to bash the other shop, though. So this is what he's doing. Manipulation, misleading, lying, scammer.
Over 100% modulation. Well, it is over 100% modulation, but I probably should have said that it has a good over a good 5 to 1 ratio, which is.
See, now that's another way to lie to your customers. Instead of being honest and telling them, yeah, you're over 110% modulation, well, he ain't gonna know the difference. Hey, yeah, I got you over 5 to 1. Yeah, you're doing really good. Well, what does that mean? It just means you're doing very good. You know, you got a 5 to 1 ratio output. That's what they recommend, and you're doing very good. So you as a customer is gonna think, okay, cool, awesome, until your radio gets over hot and overheated and blows up. Okay, so it burns out your regulator, burns out your finals. There you have it, guys. Thank you, Kevin, for calling me everything that you stand for yourself. I really appreciate that because you just cleared up all these lies about the manipulation, the scamming, the misleading, and the dishonesty of your shop. So thank you, Kevin, once again. And I'm going to thank you for the viewers who can now see the true Kevin, who does scam, lie, cheat, and steal from his customers. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And all the viewers are probably going to thank you too. So let's listen some more for a second.
Is a fact, okay? And you guys that work on these radios, you know that for a fact. So anyway.
So you guys know that for a fact, right? Okay. So I'm not going any further with this because he pretty much just kind of goes on and on and on and on about the same typical stuff over and again and kind of repeats himself. So there you have it, guys. So thank you, Kevin Lithgow in New Hampshire. I'm going to state your name the way it is. I'm going to call it out the way it is because I'm very straightforward and I'm very honest. And I just say how it is, buddy. And I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to lie about. Everything's right there. So I appreciate everybody for watching. And hopefully this might clear up a lot of things for everybody else. So when you do hear me say things in my videos about please pay attention to this, you got to pay attention to that, don't have your spam like this, blah, blah, blah. It's not directed towards just him. It's directed towards anybody who makes these mistakes, whether you are learning or you're going to be a hack job scammer like this guy. So it's just to kind of show you guys, if you want to use the equipment, use the equipment. You know, what he's doing right now is I helped him locate this machine. I helped him get this machine. I told him where to get it from and get it all serviced and everything else. I helped him with that, okay? Now, here's the deal, okay? This is the funny thing. Would you go out buy an airplane you can't fly? He buys a machine he doesn't know how to use. He wanted that because he says, man, I love your machine. This is awesome. You got to walk me through it. We spent hours and hours and hours on video chats together. He was here for one weekend, stayed in a motel, came here for 2 days straight, trying to learn how to read schematics, align and tune, and follow the procedure, which he was doing okay with, but struggled a lot. And when I put a sideband base station on the bench, which was a Cobra 2000, I actually had one here that was untouched. It was still like new, never been opened up or nothing. And I told him, well, here's an easy one. Just fine tune it a little bit, get it all aligned and tuned, and be done with it. He was scared to even touch it. I said, just read the damn instructions. It's not that hard. You just did a Cobra 29. It's no different. So what? You got sideband to align. What's the difference? See, it's no big deal. It's just 2 more cans you got to adjust. Not a big deal. He freaked out over that. He finally got through it. And after about an hour and a half of getting him where he needed to be to get the damn thing done, I said, write down some notes. He never did. Instead, he asked me to videotape him. So I did. So that way he can see it when I send it to him. And I did. I sent it to him way back. And so he asked me, do this so I can refer back to that when I go to use the equipment. I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, fine. Still to this day, he doesn't read schematics, doesn't read service manuals, doesn't understand block diagrams, doesn't show any detail of his work whatsoever. He edits his videos, never goes live stream, and tells people what he did, but really did not do. I mean, the list goes on, guys. It does. It's really sad to see people like this. He is what he is, I guess. And that's the reason why we bumped heads, why we had a fallout, because I had to remove myself from him and just walk away. I had to, because he was wasting my time. 10 months wasting my time. That's a lot of time, guys. A lot of time that I helped him in between jobs I was working on, or while I was working on, and let's say a Connex 3300, for example. He had a Connex 3300. He struggled with, so we sat there, did a live chat video together, and said, well, here, I'm working on this one, you can work on that one. Get your service manual, print it up. And he argued over that. No, I don't need this. Show me how to trace it, and I'll trace it with my equipment too, and then I'll just remember and I'll take notes. And again, you have to read. There's no easy way around it. You just have to read, man. You have to. And so that's the downfall with Kevin. He does not understand anything. He just watches people on YouTube. And if it says to do this, if it looks good, because someone says it looks good, then that's what he says it looks good. And then he just freezes the frame to copy what the span is. If it's kilohertz, if it's megahertz, whatever it is, gigahertz, where's my RF level? And that's exactly what he does. And he's still stuck on his antenna port, not his RF input port. That's where he should be. So I've shown this over and again in my videos, how to properly and professionally correctly use that piece of equipment and that piece of equipment. And that piece of equipment right here, he is completely lost on. As far as up on the scope, He doesn't even know how to calculate his volts per division. He just kind of sets it up to where everybody else does on YouTube. Oh, I got to hit 4 of these. Okay, I'm going to get it set. Okay, that looks about right. So every time I key up, this is about what I'm looking for. And that's exactly what he does. And that's exactly what he told me. He said this several times. You got to understand how to use your calculations, man. I don't want that. Customers don't care. They just want to see the needle go up. That's all they want. And that's not what customers want. Maybe some, I don't know. But over 95% of my customers in the last 38 years don't want to see that. They want to know, is it clean? Because if it's not clean and you run an amplifier, amplifiers are stupid. Do you know why? Because all they know what to do is one thing. Take a signal in, amplify it out. That is it. So if it's a dirty signal going in, it's going to be a dirty signal multiplied and amplified out, which means now you bleed more so over your adjacent channels than you did before. Okay, so you must have a clean signal going out or coming out of the radio going into an amplifier. So you got to have a clean signal no matter what, how you look at it out of a radio. If the radio's not going to be clean, well, then you're going to know because people are going to tell you, and you're going to bleed over your neighbor's stuff. You're going to bleed over, 2 channels up the road from somebody else. And for what reason? You shouldn't be doing that. So once again, guys, I'm glad that he did this video because now it shows all the true colors, the deceitfulness, the lies, misleading, everything he does. Everything. He scams and manipulates his people. So thank you all once again for watching this. I hope this was educational for everybody else. We pointed out several things in the video. There you have it. So everyone take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we're not going to do any more follow-ups on this guy because I'm not going to waste my time. I'm sure he'll bash a lot more nitpick, and that's okay because I think this is his way of wanting me to show more. If he just kept his mouth shut and just actually paid attention to my videos, it took more time into that with effort instead of being a drama queen, he could have been further along right now and kept his nose clean. He would learn how to use all of his equipment. But when he's too busy bashing me and everybody else out there, more so just me right now, then it is what it is. And the funny thing is, the guy who's been teaching him now on and off since I cut bait with him, he didn't cut bait with me. I cut bait with him. And now he's got this other guy been helping him, this Motorola that has no idea what the hell he's doing. There's some Motorola guy. That guy owns a dosimeter, an oscilloscope, and an old antique RF signal generator. And his bench is so cluttered of just wires and stuff all over the place. That's all he has for equipment. And he's supposed to be an engineer? Wow. Not to mention, he has no videos. And he says he's got all these credentials, but he won't show them? Okay. If that's, I don't care. Do what you want to do, man. If you're going to run your mouth and say you have credentials, show your damn credentials, okay? Everybody who walks in my shop, and you know this, Kevin, because you've seen it. Everybody who walks in my shop, they're right here on the wall. As soon as you walk in, you can't miss it. It's right there smack dab, right in front of your face. And when you walk in, people are always saying, wow, what are all these things? These are all my degrees, my diplomas, my certificates. Wow. So, yeah, you really know your stuff, don't you? Yep. And then when they watch me work on their equipment, I've had people bring in $3,000 radios to work on while you're still working on diaper radios, what we call kindergarten class radios. All these exports, all these CB radios, those are baby radios, man. Those are all for babies, okay? So those are like the most easiest things to work on. Some might be a little challenging at times, but for the most part, they're all easy to work on. Now, get your hands on an HF radio, an ICOM Yaesu Kenwood. If you can manage that on a full alignment, and you can troubleshoot, analyze, and repair, and show that you've done this and how you did this step by step, now you can become a tech. Otherwise, you're not a technician, Kevin. And you're never going to be a technician until you wake up and realize people like myself who produce these videos and show people live stream how to operate their equipment. If you actually learn from that, you might progress. If you're going to continue doing what you're doing right now, you're only going to keep lying to your customers, well, you're going to lose. That's all it is. You've got only 43 videos and 261 customers. And the last conversation we had when I cut, or just before I cut you off, was, I need to get more subscribers, Stu. I need to get big like you. I want to get monetized. I want extra money coming in. I don't want to be a truck driver no more. I just want to quit that. I just want to make quick cash. That's not what to do. And remember what I told you, Kevin? I remember what I told you, word for word, verbatim. Don't rely on the money. Don't bank on the money, and don't do it for the money. Do it for the education, for the pride, for the hobby, and to get yourself further down the road so when you do become much better, then it's going to be more simplified for you. Then you can grow. That's what I told you, which is the same advice the guy gave me when he taught me. I tried my best to help Kevin become a tech. I had failed doing that because he had failed to listen. So therefore, I had to walk away and just cut bait due to those reasons of failure to listen. He was not responsible. He was not listening. Didn't want to pay attention. Did not want to read PLL books, VCO, mixer, oscillators, everything else. He didn't want to read none of that stuff. He just wants to copy what people put out there on video and say, see, here's what you want to look for. Now, if people were smart, they would question him. You said this in your video. Can you demonstrate that on a live stream for us, please? Can you explain and do a little class, a little session for us, please? Could you do that for us? Kevin won't. I've had people ask me, and guess what, Kevin? Look at my videos. I have done live stream educational videos. I have educated. I have showed people. I have walked them through the process. I answer questions right there on the spot. I don't have Google in front of me. I have my brain, okay? And when people ask me to demonstrate something, sure, I'll do that right now for you. Okay. Wow, right now, really? You're going to do it like right now? Sure, right now. You know why that is? Because I know my stuff. Kevin can't do that. So everybody pay attention to what he did in this video and watch it closely. And then you can watch my videos. You can watch everybody else's videos. Like I said, you don't have to send nothing to me. I'm 8 months behind. I can't keep up at work. It's been that way for years. I can't keep up because I'm very popular and I do good work. And I've proven that over and again. Watch my videos. You'll see. So what they describe as such a troll like Kevin, and when you watch my videos, you guys are going to see it's night and day. What he says is not true, clearly. Anyways, have a good day, guys. And thank you all for watching once again here in the DH Radio Shop. And please be aware to stay away from scammers of any kind, because the last thing you want to do is waste your time and your money, your hard-earned money that you go out and you spend, work for, and then you spend it on shipping to and from, and pay some yahoo to come along and jack up your radio, only to find out you got to send the radio out again to another shop. Now you're paying shipping again to and from, to pay another charge again to get it recorrected. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that through many people. I should have just met you first, Stu, and took it right to you. I couldn't be in this position then. I just wasted $200+ trying to get my radio done. Had to wait 8 months, 10 months, or a year and a half, 2 years, and still didn't get my radio back. Finally had to get it back, and it's still not done correctly, and I wasted all that time and money. I sent it to you, and you have it done in no time at all. It is done correctly. So there you have it, guys. Make your own decisions. Do your own research. Everyone, God bless. And thank you all for watching the DH Radio Shop, where you will always be directed in the right area, and you will always be taught correctly and professionally, because that's the way the engineers designed the books, and that's the way we do it, by the book. We don't deter from the book, and there's a reason why. Because if engineers wrote the book, do what the engineers tell you to do, and the radios will always come out 100% correct. If you don't do it by the book and you don't read the books, well, then you end up with distorted signals and flat tapping like this. Okay, I think we've pretty much covered that. Have a good day, guys.